the Miami Heat did it. Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be a member of the Miami Heat. All of the noise from Bill Simmons, from Kevin O'Connor, from Chris Haynes, the Celtics are the front runners, you pundits. No, Pat Riley finally gets his whale. We're celebrating here on the channel. We're going live, so make sure you subscribe. This edition and special edition of the Heat Report by Chat Sports is presented by Prize Picks. I thought it was cooked. I can't lie. All of the momentum today was on the Celtics landing Giannis. Jaylen Brown was officially put on the table. Oh, how could the Heat ever beat that package? Well, I'll tell you right here. Official package. Sham Sharania had it. It is going to be Tyler Herro, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kasparas Jakucionas, 3 first-round picks, obviously 13, 2031, 2033, a second-round pick. Don't know when that's going to be. And then 2 pick swaps, if I'm not mistaken, I saw here. I'm reacting here as quickly as possible. It is going to be pick swaps in 2030, first round pick, and a 2033 second rounder. So Miami Heat keep the 41st overall pick in this draft. So they swap 2030, give up 13, 2031, 2033, and the 2033 second rounder. Shams also noting that this is not a 3-team trade. This is going to be a 1-for-1. Stunning there. That is a wild development, in my opinion. I would have assumed it would have included a third team, but no, it is going to be straight up. Those players are heading to Milwaukee. Maybe the Bucks reroute them. I don't give 2 shits. Giannis is a member of the Miami Heat. The Heat also get Bobby Portis back, so it's Giannis and Portis coming to Miami, with all of that going to the Milwaukee Bucks. What is your one-word reaction to folks? Mine is elated. I cannot believe this actually happened. I mean, we've talked about it for a month now. We thought it was going to be something that Pat Riley finally gets done, right? He missed out on Damian Lillard, missed out on Donovan Mitchell, missed out on Kevin Durant. What was always the answer? Oh, they're preserving assets. They're preserving cap space to go after the big one. Giannis, Anthony Edwards, Jokic, all the ones that were named. Antetokounmpo available at the deadline. He couldn't get him, but the Bucks say they like their package. Available this offseason. Miami in the lead the entire time. Boston comes flying up. Miami gets it done. I mean, this is a day that borderline feels like a championship. And you can call me a loser for all you want for believing that, but I truly do. Because how many times as fans have we been bamboozled? How many times have we been led astray that the Heat were going to land a star on the trade market, but ultimately came up short? Countless times. Not this time. And this feels like a win for this front office. They needed it bad, man, because if the Heat weren't able to get Giannis after all of this posturing and I wouldn't say backup plans, but backup plans to miss out on him, they needed this. And they got it. And that fires me up because now we're not going to be wasting Bam Adebayo's prime. He's entering 29. Giannis is 32. We'll have a contract extension for Giannis probably in the next week or so. I don't know if they can agree to it. Remember, this deal can't be officially agreed on and consummated until July 6th because the Heat can't trade the 2033 pick. They can't trade the 13th pick until July 6th when the new league year begins. But man, Giannis Antetokounmpo is actually a member of the Miami Heat. I'm at an absolute loss. And by the way, not only did you get Giannis, but you didn't allow the Celtics to get him. And then even a little cherry on top of all this, now they got a deal with Jaylen Brown being unhappy with the Celtics after being dangled in trade talks. Man, could this night get any better? I'm not so sure, folks. This special edition of the Heat Report is presented by Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. It's daily fantasy made fun. It's daily fantasy made easy. You can play in so many different ways, whether it's team picks, culture picks. I have a daily fantasy lineup for this upcoming football season. More on Carson Beck, regular season games played. More on Fernando Mendoza, regular season games started. That is started, not played, excuse me. I think both of them start at least 4 and then 10 games respectively. Now we can make prize picks lineups with Giannis on the Miami Heat. And you know what I'll be doing when the season gets even closer on team picks, because you can do this. I'll take the more on Miami Heat wins because we're going to be a 50-win team this year. We got Bam. We got Giannis. We got Wiggins. We got Davion Mitchell still. We're probably going to re-sign Norman Powell. We'll talk about this in a second. But join me over on Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That is code HMA to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this show. And I obviously don't want to bury the lead. I mean, we're hyped up about Giannis. There's really not much more to say when it comes to Antetokounmpo and what he's going to bring to this Miami Heat team. But you now are going to likely see Andrew Wiggins brought back, right? He's either going to opt into that 1-year, $30 million deal or opt out and sign a multi-year extension with Miami. We know that's been floated out there by some Heat insiders. Wiggins, Bam, and Giannis, best defensive front court in the NBA. And there really isn't a close second, if we're going to be honest. Those 3 guys are elite defensively. So much versatility, the ability to switch. Oh, it's going to be chef's kiss. I can't wait to see them play together. And people are going to question the offensive fit. Wiggins shot 40% from 3 this year. That's a championship DNA guy. He was the second best player in that final series for Golden State in 2022. Wiggins, Bam, Giannis gets it done. And I don't want to overblow what the Heat gave up here because this was a lot, right? You gave up Jaquez. You gave up Ware, Herro, Jakucionas. Jakucionas hurts. I would have liked to keep him, but you knew you were going to have to get rid of him. The draft picks. We all knew that was going to happen, but you were able to keep Kel'el Ware. And that's not insignificant to me because Kel'el Ware is a guy ascending. This guy is a really solid player that can defend, puts his body on the line. He works it out. He's improving as a three-point shooter. And as you're trying to compete for a championship, Kel'el Ware is a player you want to keep. And I'm not going to look too far into the future tonight. We're going to celebrate this and then start to get into it. But, man, you would probably bring back Norman Powell here. You imagine you were going to sign him to a multi-year deal. So, to me, that makes a lot of sense. You bring back Powell. You have a starting lineup of Davion, Powell, Wiggins, Giannis, Bam, Larson off the bench. You got the 41st overall pick. You have Bobby Portis as that front court depth. Don't sleep on Bobby now. Miami really doesn't have access to that trade exception. Oh, my goodness. I just buried this, too. In all of this hoopla, you know who's still in Miami? Oh, my goodness. It's Nikola Jovic. Now, maybe you use Jovic in a separate trade to get more shooting. I've thrown out the idea of swapping Nikola Jovic for Klay Thompson. Thompson makes $17 million. Jovic makes 16 and change. But Nico's still here. That's an interesting piece to keep an eye on here. So the Heat have some players still on this roster. And for the people out there that are going to say Miami doesn't have enough, let's sit back and see what the Heat do. Because I think Norman Powell's returning. Miami still has some ability to make some other moves, whether it be in the draft, pick 41, whether it be making some trades, some signings in free agency. What about a Luke Kennard? You could get another backup big, maybe a Nick Richards. I'm intrigued by what Miami's going to be able to do here, man. This is really, really exciting stuff. But the truth is, all that matters, the Heat got Giannis, man. That's all that matters. And this is how I'll close the show. We're going to be live on the channel, so subscribe and make sure you join us. We'll be live in probably about 30 minutes. But this was a move the Miami Heat needed to make. They were stuck in the middle. You either needed to sell and commit to a youth movement, which they were never going to do, or you needed to get the guy, the championship level dude that can lead you there. And you got it with Giannis. You kept some people. Man, I am through the moon. My girlfriend thinks I'm a psycho for how I reacted when I saw the news. I thought we were cooked, so I just was fired up to see this ultimately get done, and Giannis is a member of the Miami Heat. Like I said, we're going live. Let's party. Giannis is a member of the Heat. Let's go. See you on that live show, folks. Let's go.